Eyesight is one of the greatest blessings of God. For blind people, the charming beauty and attractions of this world are not so obvious. There are people who are blind, there are others who close their eyes and act as though they are blind towards life situations, and there are those who have good eyesight and inner vision. In today's gospel, we come across three topics: blindness, vision, and physical sight. However, the gospel reading is focused on Bartimaeus, the blind man in Jericho. He was physically blind, though he had better vision than many others around him. That's why he cried out to Jesus, calling him Son of David. This was the first time from the community someone had applied the messianic title Son of David to Jesus. Every Jew knew that this title was reserved only for the Messiah, and that might have been one of the reasons why the crowd yelled at him to be quiet. In Jesus' time, blindness was considered as a curse from God for sin, but Jesus refuted this idea when he reached out to heal the blind. The blind Bartimaeus represents our collective human situation, which is constantly craving for healing and liberation from poverty, illness, and from the powers of darkness. Physical loss of vision might not necessarily be our blindness. It could be anything that limits and prevents us from reaching or maximizing our potentials in life. In order to be free from these limitations, firstly, we must humbly acknowledge our vulnerability. It is interesting to note that Bartimaeus did not believe because he was cured, rather, he was cured because he believed. Therefore, the second step is to humbly cry out to God for help. Seeing his faith, Jesus said to him, "Your faith has cured you." The second part of our twofold mission invites us to imitate Jesus, who generated light in darkness, grace in vulnerability, and hope in despair. We need extra courage to go and serve the vulnerable in the Jerichos of our time. It is in these places of extreme hopelessness and vulnerability that we meet the God of hope and transformation. Our call is to become beacons of light and hope by way of our discipleship of mission and service.